Hi, I'm just going to do a continuation from my miscarriage video and talk about what our good news was. Okay, so September 26th was my miscarriage. After the first day or two, it turned into just like a normal period bleeding. And after a week, I was pretty much back feeling almost normal physically, and mentally I felt like I was just coming back down to earth, and I was positive, and I was like I felt good. I wanted to try again to TTC right away. I could not bear the thought of waiting another cycle or 2 cycles even before we tried again. And from people I've talked to and experienced and just reading and things, since it happened so early, some women may not have even known that they were pregnant. They would have thought maybe they just had an extra heavy period or whatever. But because I'm like PMSicaholic, we knew we were pregnant. It was only about 4 or 5 days after we had our BFP that I had miscarried. So me and Angela were on the same page, and we decided to just give it a whirl and just try again and see what happens. So that was September 26th of this year, and I stayed on my prenatal and was continuing to drink red raspberry leaf tea, which is a uterine toner. It's really good, and it's loaded with vitamins and stuff. It's really good for you. I also started this stuff the day of the miscarriage in hopes that if we hadn't lost the baby yet, that maybe my hormones would swing in and stop it, and false hope, I guess. But anyhow, we started taking this stuff called Vitex Berry. This stuff is incredible. It will not stop a miscarriage if a miscarriage is going to happen. However, it will help regulate your female hormones and get your body back in the swing of things. I took this religiously, followed the directions. It came in an elixir, like a drop form, and I got it at just a local health food store. It's really potent, and you can Google your own articles or talk to a chiropractor or an herbalist or like a naturopath or something like that, and do your own research. But anyhow, I swear by it. 14 days after my miscarriage, I had a positive OPK. Was thrilled because we were going to TTC, but I wasn't expecting things to happen so quickly. I am lucky, however, that it happened, that our miscarriage was so early. I guess it could have been a chemical pregnancy. Because it just, my body went back to normal. So 9 DPO, I started taking pregnancy tests, and it came out positive. So 5 days before a missed period. My cycles are anywhere from 28 to 32 days. So anyhow, 9 DPO, I had my positive pregnancy test. That would have been I don't know, I don't have it marked down. Sorry. But anyhow, we were thrilled. The idea that I could possibly miscarry again, especially with it being so soon afterward, you know, what, 3.5 weeks after our miscarriage, I'd found out I was pregnant again, if that, was a real reality and kind of scary. But I don't have a history of miscarriage. So, and miscarriage is so common that just because you have one doesn't mean you're going to be infertile or suffer like secondary infertility or have multiple other miscarriages. It doesn't mean any of that. It just means something could have been wrong with your hormones, or the baby could have had a genetic defect, and yeah, and I think that was just our case. So anyhow, I'm really behind on pregnancy vlogs. This will be my first one. We are 11 weeks pregnant today, and that is marked from my miscarriage because I never had a normal period since then. Let's see. I'm tired and I'm moody. I'm elated to have made it this far along because we're 2 weeks away from being out of the first trimester. My husband is thrilled. We are planning our 3rd home birth, and we will be using the same midwife that delivered my 2.5-year-old and my 4-year-old. And we're moving from here back to our old state. We're in Colorado now. We're moving back to our old state, which is where our midwife lives. That's where we're from. We're born and raised in Ohio. And I'm just thrilled. Forgive me, I don't have anything written down, so I might just ramble. Oh, one thing I experienced this pregnancy that I didn't experience with any of my other ones is nausea. Nausea is like a whole new world to me, and morning sickness. I'm lucky I didn't have any vomiting, but I definitely just felt sick all day long and would be tired all day long. My husband would come home and the house would be a mess, and he's worked hard. I mean, he'll be gone like, 9 to 12 hours a day. He wakes up at 4, goes to work at 5, and is home anywhere from 2:30 to 5 o'clock. It just depends, and no matter what, he's worked really hard. And the days he gets home early, he's worked even harder to try and get home sooner. So I felt so bad. That was just a really crappy couple of months. While I was thrilled and just elated to be pregnant and relieved to not have any problems, it was rough, emotionally and physically. So there was that. I'm better now. I get a little queasy at foods, like certain foods or certain smells, which is totally normal, but I'm not nauseous all the time. I decided not to carry my daughter up and down the stairs after the miscarriage. It's just not a risk I'm willing to take. I will carry her down the stairs if I have to. I have all 3 kids by myself, but for the first couple of weeks after my BFP, I didn't at all. I tried to just work around it and would stay home if I had to. And Angelo was so great with that. He was great with helping around the house, lifting stuff, moving stuff. If I'm tired, he would do even just light work like the dishes, get the kitchen straightened out for me. He'd put my 2-year-old to bed, Lauren, put her to bed and give me a break in the evenings. He's been wonderful. He's been just wonderful. Trying to help me keep sane and healthy and just take care of me. What else? So my kiddos are now finally acknowledging this pregnancy. I'll lay down on my back and I can palpitate my uterus a couple of inches below my belly button, and they can feel it. And it's just really cool. I can't wait to get an ultrasound or hear the heartbeat. So we're gonna rent a Doppler, so we can hear the heartbeat whenever we want to. I don't fit in regular clothes anymore. I'm in maternity clothes, even though my belly's not that big. Well, I mean, I got the baby chub, but everything just squeezes my uterus. And from a lot of women, I guess that happens too. And especially with this being baby 4. I mean, I had the miscarriage, but really this is going to end up being, I hope, live baby number 4. My clothes just don't fit, and so I look kind of frumpy in the maternity clothes, but my other clothes, I'm so bloated. I've gained maybe 4 pounds, and it's all in the middle. I'm still in my prenatal. I stopped taking my Vitex Berry at probably 6 weeks pregnant. I will occasionally drink whatever tea I'm craving, usually non-caffeinated. I'm not on any other supplements. I was doing fish oil. Haven't bought any new bottles. recently, I guess I can attempt to do a belly shot. I'm sorry this is so rambly. I'm trying to keep my kids busy and just get this done quickly without them barging in here and just clamoring for mommy's attention all at the same time. So this is really rambly and really awkward, so please forgive me, but I'll show you a belly shot. I'm not one of those moms that's going to be lifting up my shirt because I have baby pudge and stretch marks from my other kids and it is not pretty. But here you go.